Now in NA East, people were playing in a mission to continue
7,
in this
9, 10. Okay, what's up, guys? To another video. Today we are gonna be looking at
names synonymous with greatness and a
the FNCS gameplay. Yeah, same thing. Yeah, gameplay. Party Royale stream. Better. Yeah, we're watching the FNCS one, and yeah, enjoy. Where was my friend at? Hold up, guys.
With no bounce back zones, everyone on low ground ran out of mats way.
No, did she left? No, man. Oh, Buddy joined my party. Yo, let's go.
Absolutely flawless.
Bro, hello?
One of the most legendary comebacks of one of the greatest teams to
hello?
Competitive Fortnite.
Is in shambles. Mega's back in storm. He finds more meds though. He gets more splashes.
Alyssa, I'm watching the event right now. The FNCS.
They take down Dubs, but they don't take down Mega. He's deep in storm. Stretch is setting up. He's looking. He's got the meds.
Oh wait, my mic is muted.
Who has more meds?
Hi, Alyssa. I'm playing. I'm watching the event right now.
He doesn't have it. He can't get the med kit off. That's it.
A $3 million event.
Saf and Stretch will be going through to the grand final. Wow. Stretch holds on to his history.
NA West, a region where you can expect the unexpected. Coming in, each team had an equal chance of clinching that victory royale and play.
Hold on. Woo commands. No, not comments. I said commands. Ow. Advanced settings. You want that mine?
Upset. It looked like solo FNCS champion Vert and his
Alyssa,
trio, who was slated to come back and win the reboot round, had it all in the bag. Jeffers' trio had other plans. They made a crucial play in disrupting.
Oh wait, you can't. Okay.
Going for it now. There's a player on the other side. Is he gonna go down?
Hello?
It's Vert. Vert's in the zone. It's Vert versus Jeffers. Vert has to find Jeffers up on the high ground, but Jeffers has the peppers. He's popping a pepper. Chud Splash is going through. The medkit won't matter.
Oh my god, this event is actually serious right now.
Toodaloo, I will see you in the finals. You'll be watching. I'll be playing, baby.
How far will these teams go? Will the addition of aggressive fighters, historic legends, or a team that gets one more chance at fame change the story of the FNCS finals? We've made it past the reboot. Now it's time to play out the rest of the game.
Okay, 10 more.
We'll see you
10 more seconds, guys.
Beep beep.
Beep beep. Battle buzz.
What's going on, Fortnite fam? Welcome back to the FNCS.
Sorry guys, I'm just messing around.
No problem. We're good. Ready to get back into the action. We only have 3 games left.
I'm ready to get back of this.
FNCS Trios champion from chapter.
I don't know who should be the champion, but
5. So grab your spots on the
what?
Battle bus, because we are about to
battle bus. We are not in the battle bus
we've
though.
Got Monster D-Face. We've got our game. Over to you.
Over to you. Thank you.
Seek. If Vivid isn't there to pick you up, Ozzy will
Clicks. Bro, is that the actual Clicks?
We're going head to head here soon, but
yep. Yeah, I really think so.
We had an explosive finish from Clicks, Bugga, and Bizzle, Ozzy, and after that,
come on, Clicks, you got this.
Let's get back into these.
Bro, I feel like Bugga is gonna win.
Because we've just seen how quickly this leaderboard can shake up. Yes, we now see Commandment Sense and Edgy having a lead over the rest of the lobby. It's not as severe as what it was before.
Let me.
But they're now 30 points on third, which is Dane, Miro, and Reverse. So again,
I got caught. I got caught.
Before any of the placement points, like Reverse UK's team did, instantly it shifts because, man,
FaZe busy.
centered edgy right
you
now.
are not in FaZe.
Today is unreal. 14 eliminations.
I don't even know these other kids. I only know Booga and Clicks.
But can they hold it? And they do get a decent.
Can they hold it? Of course.
Yeah, not only that,
Mike.
just to keep true to the story.
Come on, Ninja. Come on. Come on.
He's edgy.
Bring it on.
They are doing it from that low
My gosh.
ground. And the one victory
Kids, not that serious.
Clutch off of the hands and back of Commandments. Charge shotgun, like his charge.
Oh, you trying to defend, bruh? You simp. You simp, bruh. Y'all simps. Y'all, bruh. Ninja skin, you're simp. Bruh, chill, bruh. Chill.
Talking about how they had such a great start yesterday.
Oh my God, God dang Predator skin.
A rough day too here. They're going up against Genesis here.
Genesis.
As well, especially Genesis.
That name sounds familiar.
Not so much up on the weather station, but a team that has.
Bro, no one cares about you, Predator. Get out my face.
Very scary team, and with that big upgrade attack on Zypher as well, it's gonna be very scary.
Oh, poor Alyssa couldn't join.
Investing a lot of material, and Vivid talked about
okay,
this as well
y'all.
before we threw it to break. Teams are gonna start getting anxious to get their points up there. They're gonna start taking more aggressive plays.
Well, I'll be right back.
That's where you're looking at teams like Damir and Reverse to hopefully hold on to this, because any of those teams at anywhere in the top 5 on the leaderboard, they could have their entire tournament ruined by just another team trying to jump up and overtake them.
Yeah, definitely. You don't want to have squads come up, overtake your hard-earned fights, but, you know, it's off the backs of how good you can play. At the end of the day, there's no one to, you know, put the blame on other than yourself and your gameplay. Stretch's gonna find Predator in the feed there, which means the Hydra Dam contestant is still going on. And you know what? Big shout out to Zayt, Sap, and Stretch, who managed to pick themselves up to 9th place. I know we've been gassing up how Clicks and Booga and Bisso have rocketed their way up to the top, but it goes without saying that so are other trios here. They're still putting up big fights. There's still so much on the line. This day 2 means a lot, and it means a lot for this trio as well, as Nut and 2XE do end up wrapping things up here. So the console FNCS champion still in the playbook here.
Yeah, it's changing up right now. We saw it yesterday. We saw Nut rocking the champion pickaxe there, and I don't know, maybe you're gonna have to hand it up here. It's gonna be almost impossible to get it. You only have it for that one season while you're the champions. I'd love to see Reverse UK Damir pull it out at some point here, just for a little bit of a, maybe if they had the victory lap moment, but things have slipped out of their grasp right now. They need to play from behind.
Only took me 2 minutes to come back.
This one, but you can't even, it's not even just this FNCS and this weekend where these teams have been so consistent as well. Right now,
do y'all want a closer look? I mean, every event that happens here, I'm standing here. This is my spot. No one ever goes here. Good view and stuff, but not close enough.
These are the best trios. Yeah, definitely over the last year or so. And still here putting up those big numbers. And like I said, I keep bringing up these FNCS invitationals from the solos track that we had, because it's the same names that were there that have found.
And I recorded this a little late, guys, because sorry, I didn't know I had to record this, so yeah.
So
please don't be mad at me.
Star players with the firepower, with everything they need to bring it all together, and we're also seeing how they perform as a team. And we're talking about what the difference is between solos and team-based game modes. There's a lot less randomness, right? When we get to these trio-based game modes, you have so much more maps, eyes on the field, right? Skill coming together. That's what raises the entire tide.
It does, and that's why you're seeing teams like Commandment Sense and Edgy, where their worst place was the 28th place. They also
guys, see ya in
their second game
within 15 minutes.
They're not used to it, but other than that, across all their other games this weekend,
I'll still be here. I won't talk a bit though.
And that's why you're regularly seeing them make the end game, and that's why I put so much pressure on them last game to jump up and have that huge performance, because it's not often that you see one of the teams in the top 3, or in last game's case, the team in first, go down before any placement. that happens again to either Slackjack, Acorn, Daymira Reverse, or Commandment Centered Edgy, that is their moment to cement themselves, as Centered's team has done here. But Jack, Slacks, and Acorn, this team is so consistent. If you haven't been following them, not just in trios, but across game modes, I actually got the chance to do an interview with Jack, and I have to say, he is one of the most underrated players in the world with his performance across game modes. As you can see, a quick stat fly in perfectly. Since Chapter 2, Season 2, Acorn and Jack have the highest win rate of any team going into 7th zone together. So that includes duos, because this team was playing as a duo. But Jack has been popping off since solos 2 years ago as well. I talked about it recently, a couple weeks ago, I believe it was last week. This team, or specifically Acorn with a few other players, played in the EU Trio Cash Cup, came 6th, played in the NA East Cash Cup with this team, came 1st, then played in the NA West Cash Cup and came 6th again. Come on, that is 9 hours of back-to-back on the 3 biggest regions and placed in money on all of them.
Yeah, that's insane. There's not a lot of teams that can do that. There's not individual players that even have the mental fortitude or just the love of the grind of being a pro to actually go through that kind of, you know, again, training, right? It really is training for these players, and the players that prepare the best, they show it off here. They show it off, whether it be their strategy and their game plans, whether it be their preparation, or of course just their pure raw skill. Performances on the distance, though, those shots coming in are big trios here. All of our favorite trios, all of our top 5 teams are huddled up here, nested on this northern part of the zone right now, so it's gonna be scary.
It is going to be very scary, and there's always teams that can play upset right now. You talked about, we have 2 teams.
Guys, for this event, I might go a little closer because I don't think y'all will see the name. I mean, they will say the name probably, but like, still
managing to take that one out, snatch it from underneath Zayd's team's
here, guys.
Right at the very end by chopping them
perfect,
out.
nicely, lovely
so there's a
view.
lot of teams right now who are even outside that top 5.
Yeah, this is.
Change this narrative.
These are both. This spot is mine and that spot. Anyways, sorry guys.
But with the addition of having FNCS, the next 3 FNCSs this year going to be trios, any team that places top 3 in this finals weekend is instantly invited to the next finals. That takes so much pressure off, and that is very, very much potential for Clix Booga Bizzle here, bringing it back on day 2.
And look at the feed just lighting up here. Bugga and Clix are gonna find some stretch. Is gonna find
yes, Bugga and
Clix.
Clips.
Of eliminations going down. Tahi, Gabe, and Sprite still in this, finding their own set of eliminations as well. Let's just talk about this tarp that Miro, Reverse, and Day have started down here. They have effectively taken the entire lowest layer and just built something wide and strong down here. And this is so they can play into zone 4 and 5, but also gives them enough distance to pick and choose what bots they want to fight if Surge becomes an issue for them. So they're preparing well in ahead of the zones here. And I don't think people realize those are the little things that can actually, you know, prepare a surprise ambush when Surge starts to go off, right? You don't want to play your card so early and have a team see you approaching them. So setting up early right here, I think they're already putting themselves ahead of the curve.
Oh no, that falls down to Clix's team, but doesn't do too much damage. But this is a brutal zone. I talked about how we saw this for the first 3 games last night of OC FNCS Day 2 finals. We're looking like chaos, and that shows it perfectly. Look at the verticality. Look how much higher up teams like
I'm gonna give y'all some music while
they get zone over here, or in reverse it goes across. It is so rough to make these rotate. Not to mention if you then get to those rotating zones, that zone 6, 7, 8, if they go up, down, and across mountains, it really does put you through the paces. Never rotate. This is a rough one. It is perfectly down in the Valley Monster. It can go literally any direction up these mountains.
Yep, and now we're watching them all sit right on top of one another here as we're taking a look at how Bugga's trios averaged 8 points a game in their first 3 games. That's 30 points a game in their last 6 games here. They have picked up so many points. This is why they're able to rocket their way back up the standings. This is why they're literally into top 5. They had one of the hardest day 1s, one of the poorest day 1 performances that we have seen from players like Clix, Bugga, and Bizzle. They are one of the hottest trios. They have been at the top of the conversation point. And they ended with a victory though, and now they're proving that, okay, that victory wasn't just a fluke, right? They're here, they're back in shape, and these last couple rounds have been so good for them.
It is, and you got to remember we had Jamper, Booga, Avery last FNCS Finals. They placed in 3rd place. You currently have Avery with his new team in 4th place, only 1 ahead of Click. So I know they're split on good terms. I know they're still friendly, but you know, there's always that bit of rivalry, right? You don't want to have your old teammates outperform you. So there is going to be a lot of love lost here potentially if they run into each other, especially being that close on the leaderboard. Scented Edgy Commandment go for an aggressive play, and Scented gets punished for it. And we see those big shotguns in play again. Scented not having the Dragon shotgun this game, which usually kind of plays into their playstyle. Coming out of Misty, they can go to the NPC, their Condor, and they can buy that one. Most often, looks like they opted to maybe upgrade more of the players' shotguns, because I mean, at this point right now, Monster, we talked about Commandment with that big epic charge shotgun, and Scented stands up right there on not a lot of health at all. This is bad. This is disastrous for our first place team right now, but don't worry, Commandment Edgy is still there. Edgy so incredibly low. Commandment building out, trying to fight this up. Can they pick him up here? Because this is about to be so bad for our first place team. It looks like they're duking it out with Mars on 33 points, who is below the surge, which explains why they play. They pick up Scented. This is
Mars in time, and Edgy does manage to save his teammate, and now Commandment is down, though. He's going down the river. I think he's just sliding his way down. He might be in the river here.
I don't know if they're going to be able to get him off. Scented going for it right now. Wow. What is happening? This is our first place team. We have players going downstream. We have Edgy trying to fight his way in the back of the top against another team. He's only got about 40 health, man. The courage of this team. Edgy goes down. He's getting pushed down into the zone. Monster, we love Fortnite so much.
Okay, guys, I'm back.
Right now? They found
it's actually 16 minutes. 16 minutes now.
They are weakened. They are wounded.
So you're telling me I've been humming for like 3 more minutes or 1 more minute or whatever? Yes, guys, it was me humming.
That was a nail biter indeed.
Well,
but they
be right back.
They managed to stay in the game.
Oh, Deadpool jealous? Deadpool jealous? Oh. You about to see something more jealous? Hold on, y'all. Hold on, y'all. Let me replace this kid.
I mean, I can breathe now again.
Let me replace this kid.
Well, me and Vivid kind of put a little bit more spice on it right now, challenging.
Come on, come on. I definitely know how to spice this up.
Any points they get now will try and
replace
that lead that they have over every other team in the lobby. I haven't seen Slack's Jack and Acorn be too, too loud here in the
leave Era alone.
So right
the internet connection quality is currently not sufficient to broadcast.
Look at the build. Total.
Bro, that's cap. Guys. If you can't see my screen,
and that means they're gonna have to jump down to the low ground, look for a fight, and then take the map.
Yo, if y'all don't see my screen, then don't worry. At least you can hear.
The execution here is gonna be a close one. Bizzle and Booga managed to maintain. Before.
Okay, at least y'all can hear it, but
victory royale coming into these
it really doesn't matter. You can just imagine it. You can just imagine it, I guess. I really don't know, guys. Well, I'll be right back. Sorry, I keep being right back.
But there's still these 3 big games.
Go click, go clicks. Oh no, the flopper. How many flopper does he have?
It's 12 games.
Does that say 25?
And right now it's only on round number 10. So
you know what? It's okay.
So far, Ozzy, but it's not completely over yet.
You know what?
It's not just on them as well. Currently in this game, of the 17 teams alive, now 16, 14 of them are in the top 17. This is insane. All the teams, this is one of the most stacked games you are ever going to see in an FNCS Finals. Not just NAEast, but in the world, as Clicks is going up right now. You talked about it. A victory hour worth of points on average from their most previous games. They need to continue that going, and they're in the position to do so. They're on the high ground. They have the loadout. They have maybe enough materials, but everyone is scrambling here. All these players are going to be running shambles as Commandment is down to 12 builds on the front side, and this zone is being relentless. It is going higher and higher. It is stretching our teams further and further. Who is going to come out on top as Commandment takes over the tarps? And look at this. This man can tarp like this. He makes decisions like this on elevation changes, and we've seen how this is...
Oh my god, it's glitching.
Look at this zone. It is thinning out. I see Damir and Reverse still in it.
Look, mommy.
Edgy still in it.
This is what I'm watching.
Jack Slacks, Booga Clicks,
wait, can you...
This is so stacked, Monster.
Everyone here is fighting for more prize, top 3s, and of course that Axe of Champions. Every single battle now holds so much significance to the way into this tournament here, and they have to continue to pop off. And Scented trying to figure something out. He's changing layers. He's literally stuck down here, though. And remember, Commandment had the most to build, so they need to pick this up. He gets edited down. He has to figure it out, and he does. He manages to stay alive, but at what cost? As now he has lost so much HP. He can barely actually work their way through this, and it's all enemy builds too. It's so close, but he's still holding on.
Zone goes across a little bit right now. They have 8 eliminations. No, they get in, but can Commandment clutch up at least the top 3? A top 3 here would be massive. I saw you tweeted out, Monster. You said so easy for us because he is such a phenomenally exciting player. I don't know if he can go for the victory here. He is a solo with so many trios on top, but can get top 3. He needs to out-survive one more team. He comes around the corner.
So
he gets Teo. He takes down Teo, but he falls in 4th place. So close to that big 6-point jump. We have 3 teams, 8 players. Slacks, Jack, Acorn right now. Our 2nd place team going head-to-head with Clix, Booga, Bizzle on the high ground. Our 5th place team and Chimp and Tavne, our underrated demons in this one, Monster. Anyone can take it, and it means everything for all of the teams here.
Yeah, definitely, and we're just looking at the victory lap upon victory lap here for Clix, Booga, and Bizzle. Are we going to watch a back-to-back victory royale here now set in place once again on the FNCS stage here? And this is a first for Clix, Booga, and Bizzle, going back-to-back on the biggest stages and showing that they are here to come back and continue the stride because they're picking up all the points.
8 eliminations back-to-back. We see a team come not out of nowhere. They've been kind of, you know, around that top 10-point monster, but they now skyrocket themselves up, potentially into the top 3. Daymir and Reverse went down early again. The back-to-back championship run is looking like it's almost over. They're going to need a
oh my god, wait, hold on, guys, hold on, guys.
Fell just short, but honestly, right now, this is the story of
oh my god, hold on, guys.
A legendary comeback.
It's a comeback story. It is definitely a comeback story. And those points, as you start to rack in those victory royales, will make the difference. Don't forget, as they do that, they have the +5, +6. They keep breaking those thresholds. They're going to keep racking in and reeling in everything they're going to need. And you know what? We've said enough. We're going to toss over to Desk. Give me what you got, guys.
Hey,
you know what?
That's it. Booga's been here for years, okay? All right,
you know
listen.
If he keeps
this game was
doing
pretty
that
fun,
to me, then I'm gonna
me specifically
go
because
up.
I'm hanging out with Reese and Vivid in the back, and every time things seem to go wrong, these trios say, no. Check this out. We're talking a revive. We're talking about Scented pushing the bounds. We're talking about Clix, Booga just showing up, getting the back-to-back, this time with 8 eliminations in case you missed the last game. They got a victory royale as well with 7. Boys, these guys, they're coming back strong.
Hold on.
Yeah, and we're going to actually be looking at a couple clips here from teams and what they need to do to give themselves the best chance possible. Now, Macwood, Bucket, and Kanata have been hovering around the top 10 slot today and from yesterday as well. So, like, what do they need to do to edge themselves over that little threshold there? First or second moving zone tops, they get into a little bit of a fight, and one of them always seems to go down. Now, what's good about it, though, is that they follow it up. However, the last 2 people alive always followed up with a couple.
You know what? A team that's been doing that very, very well is Booga, Clix, and Bizzle. You know, these guys have just been performing over and over again here. Like, these times today are absolutely on fire. And we know the whole point of this is we want to talk about the teams and what do they need to do if they need to get into that top 3 slot. But to be honest, Clix, Booga, and Bizzle have already made those adjustments, right? They are already performing over and over again. They just need to be consistent in what they're doing.
Yeah, they have definitely turned around. Their first 4 games on day 1, they did not place better than 12th place, and now they're picking up back-to-back victory royales towards the end of day 2 here. They have definitely found their rhythm. They are making plays. They are taking people off fight, and they are just dominating from the high ground.
Absolutely. Huge plays from these guys. You know, we've seen them over and over, a little bit less consistently than other teams, right? We've seen them have big pop-off games here and there. You know, we've not seen them have the same consistency as we've seen Clix's teams today. And some kind of guys like, let's be real, Scented, Command, Edwin. Those guys have just been going crazy today. So hopefully all these teams are going to need to continue what they're doing, but get those big games. There's only 2 left.
Now that the trio's like firing on all cylinders, right? They've had these 2 games back to back. You know, Vivid, I gotta ask myself, like, could they do this? If they can just keep doing this, right? If they can find that space where they can just be in the exact same position, they could potentially continue this streak. But, you know, Vivid, I mean, right now it's Commandment, Scented, and Edgy. How you feeling about this right now?
Wait, no, they're in first place.
To give anybody else a shot here, you know, I was talking about that game. I was like, for this to be close, they need to have a bad game. And then I saw like one of them get knocked, and then I was like, oh, like, no, this is the bad game. We're having like, and then they get the res off. They have like no mats, and then, you know, they pan off them for like 3 minutes, and then we come back to them, and they have like 100 build G's or something like that. I'm just like, okay. Like, I'm not sure where that came from. Like, that was like the most shambles game ever, and they turned it into an absolutely like beautiful point game there, and they are maintaining their first place slot on the leaderboard. But Flix, Bugha, and Bizzle are going to be soaring up to the 4th place slot here, trailing by 50 points. I tell you what, they win these last 2 games. They do the back-to-back-to-back-to-back. They might have a chance.
I mean, based on their performance today, it's possible, but let's be real, at the same time, like, Commandment's team is just being so consistent, even in the worst situations. Like you said, you know, we came back to them, they had nothing. They were just empty. They had nothing left at this point. A couple builds, they had some heals, they had a really bad zone in terms of just, like, sheer elevation for them as well, because remember, this was this really low ground team. They definitely benefit a lot more on those flat zones on the ground, and somehow, we know the camera panned away, it came back, they had a wiped entire trio, and they were just completely chilling. So it seems like whatever situation you put Commandment, Scented, and Edgy in, they're still just gaining points regardless. They are just that consistent. So, you know, if we want to see Clix, Bugha, and Bizzle take the first slot in particular, this team's gonna need a bad game, and it seems to be impossible at this point.
Oh.
Yeah, Commandment, Scented, and Edgy are locked in. They deserve it. They
Bro,
put in
whoever's
a
in the
lot of
last
time
place,
to this team.
that's
the
just
trio,
embarrassing.
you know, we've talked a little bit about it. Lucky, Kanata, and Macwood. Let's not leave them out of the conversation just yet.
Oh yeah.
They are in the 5th place slot. They have 205 points. They are trailing by a mere, 73 points behind Aussie's prediction or whatever. But you know, anything can happen, and my fingers are crossed for them.
Trios.
Wow. That would be the story.
YouTube, do you see
Aussie Antics finally getting predictions right. Just kidding, Aussie. I know you're a legend, but of course, gentlemen, I'm never gonna hear the end of this from Aussie. I'm always on Team Aussie, but now I have to throw him the shade. You know, gentlemen, we still have 2 games left to go here, and anything is possible, right? In all these moments, these pockets of time where we think the trio may be down and out, we realize we cannot count them down and out, right? Because they can change games in a moment. But it's time. Game number 5. We draw closer. Let's get ready, Fortnite fam. Here we go.
Jumping into our second last game of the day, I'll put my reputation on the line of Commandment, Scented, and Edgy. There's no one I trust more to bring this home. They are playing phenomenal. Reese, I want to hear you get a little bit louder, mate. You did side with me as well. You've been a bit quiet here, Monster. I mean, we have a phenomenal tournament in our hands, though. It is so close at the top.
Oh my god. When does this
Reese, all right? You know, he's sitting in the
event end
here. He's got to keep a low
profile. Right
Don't
now.
worry, Reese will come down off the battle bus after we're done casting these tournaments to scoop you up. We got you covered. But we are jumping in to these next games. They said it perfectly for us. There's only 2 more rounds of Fortnite in front of us, and this could be either the best stretch comeback that we've seen from Clix, Bizzle.
I thought his name was FaZe Josh for a second.
Or one of the most dominant performances of perfect Fortnite we'll ever get to witness from Commandment, Scented,
he doesn't have a mic, so
there's so
I'm
much
fine.
stories on the line here. Let's also not forget that there is such a real potential here for Day, Miro, Reverse,
go Clix, go Bugha,
Slacks, Acorn, and Jack to just outperform everyone and play exceptional Fortnite now in the last 2 rounds.
We've seen how quickly it can change up when a team turns on the heat right now. We have Clix, Bugha, Bizzle doing it. They had a very, very struggling day 1 at the start, the first 3 games, and we talked about it last game. They are averaging a victory hour worth of points a game in their last 6 games, and that was the stat before they just picked up their 2nd victory hour in a row with 8 eliminations. So they are absolutely on fire right now, but Commandment, Scented, and Edgy are playing so consistent. That 4th place with 9 eliminations right now. They really are playing almost perfect Fortnite. They need to maybe just hold on to it that little bit longer, but as we saw a few games ago, if they go down in 1st place, everyone is so close and they will overtake them.
Oh, yes, banana skin.
And now look at this. Sets an edgy.
This skin is trash, my guy.
So is that we still have a round.
Bro, I know what.
In front of us, depending
I know what it does. What thing you do when you're in?
Hey, we've seen big legacies broken here as
there.
Well. Went all the
it
way
was
back
weird.
in the qualifying weeks in the Heat. We saw the Calculators team had to win the reboot round for him to continue his legacy.
I heard
it to every FNCS finals.
3+ people can be in that. Well, I don't really know yet. I just went in there
every finals they've appeared in. Zay's currently in 10th, but Chap is way down.
Can I focus?
So today is the day for records to be broken, but stories to be made here because we are creating legends. We've talked about it. Censored Edgy Commandments, the legends of low ground. But man, what consistency. Never losing event when going into the final game in first. That means they handle the pressure, and that's what they're going to need to do here today as well, though. They came second place last finals. Now they want to come out on top, though. And they were pretty close as well, but it ended up being about a 24-point difference last fight. Going into that last game, so they need to step up and hold on to this one.
What's up, Brutus?
Yeah, it's crazy how much of a difference it's been, but also how much of a difference it hasn't been because it's the same teams showing up, you know, for the last two finals, basically giving us, what's the word? Is it not a trilogy, but whatever that next one is? Is it the sequel, right? The what?
They are giving us that. I mean, we've got the same name showing up here. I mean, we've got multiple FNCS this season. We could potentially see a trilogy, and with these teams, with these players showing up, remember, we've talked about them as the top three on the line right now, will be automatically invited to the next finals. And when you look at the top three right now on the leaderboard, they are three teams that all came top 5 last finals and stayed together. So the big names are sticking together, and they're performing consistently. So I am almost guaranteeing that we will turn this into a trilogy, but today we have to focus on part 2.
That's right. That's exactly what we're looking at here. Acorn, Jack, and Slack, so that's their draw spot.
No, Brutus, don't leave.
Now, for another team that's up on that big pedestal here, second place, somehow they have let first place slip out of their fingertips, and it's been a claw back ever since. And you know what? They're not giving up easily. These last couple rounds, they still have stepped up and put themselves to where they need to be. 88 points on the day here today. Averages them way up, though. This is still a great performance. Don't count them out. They're in 253 overall. Pretty much neck and neck with our Slurpy Swamps team of Slash, Acorn, and Jock.
It's a phenomenal performance by anyone here today, and that's what you want to see. It is so close coming into these final games of who can just hold on to it and who can handle the pressure here. We've proven that Damir and Reverse can do it. They went into the last game in first place, and they held on to it last FNCS, so we'll see right now. But Jack, Acorn, and Slack,
he left right when I...
as well. We still saw in the feed that there was big fights breaking down over that RPG at the Hydro Dam. I've talked about it. That is also their win condition. If they can play aggressive, maybe say, hey, we're going into the last couple games in third.
Yeah.
Let's not play to hold this. Let's play to win and overtake. Let's play a bit more aggressive, and we're seeing a little bit of that here, Monster. We're seeing a few teams go down early, a few players, but ultimately, in this 12-game format, 10 games in with our second last game, everyone is still playing their hearts out here today.
Yeah, for sure.
That's
grueling.
Bro, only me and my teammates here?
The fans involved as well.
Dang, no one wants to go here too.
For rounds after rounds of Fortnite
Dang.
competition. And listen,
I guess we took over the place.
What we watched and witnessed in these final moments. It's
I
not
think
just,
6 or 3 or 4 or 5 people is at the plaza.
3v3s on collision courses.
Dang, I have to place to myself.
In the world, especially in the region.
Might as well
just. We're looking at content and footage here that's gonna.
Bro, it's like a luxury lunch.
We are seeing some of the biggest
friend request from S.
World Cup days going all the way back, clashing at the very end. We've seen a few attempts at solo clutches like Commandment last game coming in fourth, but as you saw, they didn't break into the top 3. It is so difficult right now to get those last few big placement points because you have those full trios that are up there on the leaderboard consistently up,
but
consistently playing
crap, now Brutus is here.
Playing upset though as
Bro,
well.
this is like a private luxury for like creators and stuff.
They all have such for such a long time, trying to hold on with other players, trying to jump up and take their positions. Slackjack
got the whole place to myself. Bro, it is.
To win a finals last season, they need to step up and do a little bit more.
Can I focus that much?
How I think they are
focusing.
some of the most consistent players in the world.
I think I'm focusing a little too much.
Look at the very top.
Can I even?
Yeah, you gotta perform the task at
hand. Bro, I
hand,
can focus in the back too.
Win, win.
But it
for
looks
Reverse
backward,
2K
just
Miro,
like
Day here. That is what they need to do. And again, one shortcoming, one short game. They fell short.
Oh my God! Here we go with that again.
Now they are trailing behind by 20 points, and that's
Ooh,
just again.
yes, the Conjurer.
For pound here, it's close. It's close. There's no room for error.
I don't want to be rude. Oh, I was about to shoot it.
3 trios right now, and then the I don't know what to call it. Just the Superman stride right from team number 4, which is Clicksbug and Bizzle. Here's the squad that definitely has popped up today as well. Illush, Creo, and Avery. The Victor Royale that they picked up earlier put them in contention for my pick, which was Dejan, Aegis, and Skittles, which they're also playing out of their minds, guys. These guys are all playing great, but for the last 2 rounds, in order for these other people to come back up, I'm really thinking that someone has to land on first place, second or third, or give them some kind of clash in the mid game here. Give them a run for their money.
This is like a movie.
Yeah, because they are playing out very stacked. In the last few games, you'll tend to see that players really need to put up big eliminations. And I was going to say, we've been talking about those consistent teams that have been staying together on the top.
This
right?
is
been
just
playing
like
together for multiple seasons, having huge performances.
the last time I watched the movie.
Top 7 right now,
No one
there
here.
Are so many teams that have split and reformed that have a lot.
Boom. Yeah.
Obviously playing with Bucky and Kanata for the longest time. Creo's in 7th, Bucky and Kanata in 5th with their new forming of Macwood. I also talked earlier about how Booga split up with Avery right now. Boog's team in 4th place right now. Avery down in 7th. So there are a lot of players who have been playing together
for a long time, blah, blah, blah.
For a long time, now on separate teams that are really clashing here, and you know they're going to be hitting the DMs and having conversations after this about who came out on top, because we now have a consistent game mode in Fortnite right now. We're going to have 3 more FNCSs this year of trios, so it is really about focusing on being the best trio you can be. There's no question of whether you're going to play with a duo next season.
Okay, dang, relax, kid.
No, you need to continue being the best of the best at trios. As Commandment says, make a really wide rotate here. Remember, they're dropping out of Misty Meadows, and they're dropping in over here more towards Dirty Dock. So very deliberate rotate from these guys to bring them onto a less congested side. But do they have their Storm Surge tag?
Is there any more juice? What?
Want the active champions, of course, that's what you're fighting for. But at the end of the day, you want to be coming back here to the big final stage to compete again. And the way you do that is secure that top 3. That'll punch your ticket. That'll lock in your number for that next.
And guys, thank me for later for watching this for you. And recording it.
Outside of the active champions, outside of the bragging rights of being the number 1
Let me invite my
team
friends for
in
a
the
second.
world. But it is still a matter of putting up for these last 2 rounds, and now. The shield crack as well. Uh-oh.
We've highlighted that enough.
Well, I'm gonna
eat
on my chips.
The first place team is going to walk away with $50,000 each. Each player is going to get $50,000. Second place, $35,000. So that extra 1 place on the leaderboard gets you 15.
15 what?
The EU this morning giving away over $1 million, Monster. Like, this is truly life-changing amounts of money.
Yeah, and once we jump into that last game, we'll be calling it. You're going to watch tens of thousands of dollar box fights on the line when these guys start going head-to-head. And, you know, there's no other way. Like, how is that not exciting?
Nothing more better than that.
You just look at the cash that's on the line here. That in alone is enough to bring jitters and excitement to the pro.
Dang, how did they get $3 million? Dang, I bet they used the app Honey.
Janice and Chapix flexing the champions.
No, this video is not sponsored.
With hundreds of thousands of dollars.
You know what? Fine.
And everything I saw them posting was about pickaxes and the clout and the pride they have in
this
themselves.
This video is a sponsor.
Again, these guys have been putting in so
from
much
Honey.
time and effort. We talk about the money.
Even Mr. B sponsor is sometimes.
Of the game, and they want to perform and they want to gain that respect from their peers.
Can
and Reverse have done it
make
once,
you save your money.
Specifically for a player like Reverse 2K, who I think for having
without even spending.
Still doesn't
well,
get
I don't don't really know much, but all I know is
as Center Commandment Edgy in first place have everything to prove, everything to hold on to
you
right
can
now.
Save up to 50.
Reputation.
You can save up to $1K.
Last FNCS,
it's easy.
from NA West,
even 100K, well, I think. I don't. Well, you can.
Prove that they can win.
Might as well watch Mr. B sponsor videos if y'all want to know more. Just go on honey.com.
It doesn't matter what the results are coming out of this. What they have done today will be cemented in the highlights for a long, long time. Like I said, these are some of the most explosive games we have watched. Some of the best performances from the low ground. So much to learn from that. These other teams, honestly, you just look at the skill that they're bringing to the table. I mean, Surge nice and comfortable there for themselves.
They needed that surge as well, because even with those two big tags from the legendary heavy assault rifle, they're still not that lost Bizzle. So this is down now.
Boy, you black, you better get out of here.
Win that.
Boy, you literally.
Because this is not looking fantastic.
Boy, you're
team that's now in fourth place and seeing themselves just rising up the leaderboard. The snipes come out and they just don't connect here, but this is a team that's already done phenomenal things.
Yeah, we get it, coach.
World Cup solo champion, came top 3 last.
Chips are so yummy. I even want to eat the same one again.
Needs to prove
but not my favorite ones because there's only one more, and it's not fair. There's only 2 of them.
This is notorious for just
falling
a little bit short, but right now they are bringing it back in a big way.
My teeth with a cup.
Yeah, it's gonna be so hard to hold on to. So let's go ahead and check this out here. Click sitting in the bush now, trying to just slide his way on up, make this rotate through, and man, we've seen them have such huge stride on the comeback.
Is he trying rap?
You brought it to my
I thought he was trying rap. I was about to say what?
You know, I want to know the story there. What is happening? Have we seen the crazy run come to its end? Are they fizzling out here, or will they figure this out and make it happen as a two-man team? I mean, they secure the win in the last game just like that too. So, you know, anything can happen here.
I mean, this is the only thing I can watch him do right now. I can just watch YouTube right now. YouTube, but
game formats. At the end of the day, we talked about it earlier with Jack Acorn Slacks, right?
If I end this video and don't show the whole thing, that means you're gonna have to watch another video about this fully. I bet this take like 1 hour or something, more than 1 hour.
Eggs at the field here today, so it's a decent spot to be a duo. There's more center zone. There was no active surge on 70. I have to wonder if it's gonna be there for 50, because as a duo, finding your tags is so much harder. But you do have the potential of Clicks and Booger.
Nighttime.
The game as Jack Acorn Slacks, a team
my God,
up on the leaderboard right now, doing such big things that have gone a little. A 4th, a 10th, a 3rd, and the game's monster is the eliminations. Only 4 in the second last game we've seen, and then 3 in the last game. That's not a lot for the teams in the top 3. They're really putting up big eliminations.
Yeah, I'm looking at the elim numbers, and you know what? Coming into this, our second place of Day, Miro, and Verse UK, they had more average elims before, so they are definitely trailing behind. You can tell that things are becoming tougher and tougher as teams are starting to really hunker down here. And, you know, the elims are swinging in different ways, right? They're going to teams.
Hello?
Who are popping off. And when you have
boy, if you don't be quiet, I'm gonna mute you like I did right now.
These strides out of nowhere. The points are being divvied out in all kinds of different directions. And let's think about this. Clicks, Booga, and Bizzle, they have 3 victory royales, and they're only in 4th place. So we're just talking about a ridiculous comeback story.
Oh my!
And
oh my God!
The spotlight is
I hit my
the
chair with my PlayStation.
3 victory hours as well. Last night we did see obviously you.
Bro, I almost hit my monitor.
Oh
my God!
Only had 1 victory hour. Luda, Muzz, and Speedy. So at the same time, those victory hours are huge. But this format rewards consistency.
Is this the 11th round out of 12?
Start yesterday at day 1 they needed. Trying to come back now, but it might not be enough. As we see Kanata, Macwood, and Bucky set up on top of Day, Miro, and Reverse. That's 5th place on 2nd second place. All these big teams are still in it right now. All the big teams are up. Last game we talked about it. What was that stat, Monster? 14 of the teams in the 17 that were remaining were on top 17 on the leaderboard. Like, the best of the best are making it to these end games and trying to change things.
Absolutely, those teams right there. And again, if they're up at those standings, that means every fight up there was worth
he's so
for long time. They're making up for them. And down by taking these fights
break me.
And down by taking these fights, and this is actually going to cause a lobby focus in. And Clix finds a refresher here. If he can get the finish, he tries to grab the quick snipe shot. He doesn't, but he's going to take the body and throw him back. And no, now they're getting collapsed on by another trio. They're going to have to back off here, possibly loot that they fought for, but it'll be worth it if they live to see another day.
At the same time, they're in a decent part of zone. If they get zone over here, that is
people
a
be capping.
huge
He
pick up
just
from
like
Clix. When the pressure was on, he steps up and he does what Clix does best. He outbox fights them, he outmaneuvers them and gets... is the surge. If they pull off a good rotate or get the zone here, they don't need them to get that damage. As Censored Edge of Commandment
Thank you for wasting the art.
Right now.
What? I look dizzy, right?
Censored Edge of Commandment still up as a full trio right now. We get the beautiful panning shot of how this trio is doing it. They play so close together, but they're 354 below. How did this happen? Censored tried to pull out the Dragon Shock and wanted the big shot onto that team. That's Mars's team right now. This is it.
Mars.
This place is going down. Censored Edge of Commandment go. And it is Day, Mirror, Reverse, Slacks, Jack, Acorn, Clix, and Booga's chance to jump up and overtake them. Everything on the line. Can they hold on to their history right now, Monster? We know if they are in first place going...
Ever seen, and now
Yep, this is bugging. I'm